Welcome to Math Lab. Today, you're on your journey to discover a pattern and hence a rule for the algebraic identity a square minus b square. Today, you're provided with two sets of different squares. Each set has two numbers of a large square and two numbers of a smaller square. Now, paste any one small square along any two edges of a larger square. So right here, I have marked the two edges of the larger square. Paste this in the space provided in your observation sheet. Now, using a ruler, measure the length of the large and the small square. In my picture, the length of my large square is 8 and the length of my smaller square is 3. Can you find the length of the large square outside the smaller square? Let me mark it for you. I am interested in this length. Is it not 8 minus 3? That is the length of the large square minus the length of the small square. Today, while finding a pattern and hence a rule for a square minus b square, you must remember that we are not looking at values or answers for 8 minus 3. We want a pattern and hence we will use 8 minus 3 and not 5. Now, shade the region outside the small square but inside the large square. So I have shaded this region. Do you find an L-shaped region that you have shaded? What does this region represent? Is it not the area of the larger square minus the area of the smaller square? That is it not 8 square minus 3 square? Now, using your other set of squares, cut out this region that you had shaded. So right here I have another set of two squares and I will mark the region again for you. Now, make this L-shaped region into a single rectangle by cutting only once. So suppose I cut here. Compare the lengths of these two smaller rectangles with respect to the larger and the smaller square. So when you compare, isn't the length of one rectangle equal to 8? That is the length of the larger square. And the smaller rectangle equal to 3, that is the length of the smaller square. So right here, we have the L-shaped region cut out and we have cut it into two rectangles. Now, can you make these two rectangles into a single rectangle? What is the area of this single rectangle? Remember, the area of a rectangle is the product of its length and breadth. Write this area in terms of sum and difference of the lengths of the two squares. So right here we have the breadth of the rectangle as 8 minus 3 and the length of the single rectangle as 8 plus 3. You are just about to discover a pattern and hence a rule for the algebraic identity a square minus b square. Have fun!